would I describe DETV?
DETV is a group of us who are just doing what we love to do best, and that's bringing Delawareans the news that's been missing for far too long in TV news.
DETV to me is a bunch of hardworking professionals that come in and day out to provide the best content, the best programming that we can provide because we care about this state and the viewers and the residents, our neighbors, our communities, our families, our friends. We want to just provide them with the best content possible, and we're so privileged to be able to do so.
I would describe DETV as a powder keg. Energy undefined.
I looked around my surrounding communities and still saw that there's this huge digital divide, and that's where Nerded Now came from. Here at Nerded Now, we consist of 4 different pillars. One, we have the Nerded Kiosk, which you might see on Shark Tank being pitched. We have Nerded Recycling, which is helping fuel the technology given back into the communities. We have Nerded Cares, formerly known as Nerded Foundation. And then last but not least, we have the store, Nerded Now, making sure that we're able to repair consumer devices.
The ride has been a bit overwhelming at times, but when I see the growth, it just gets me excited. It started in Marquitas' mother's basement. So it's just like to see the growth from him actually living in the community, doing work, and then a storefront, and now an even larger space with different facets of the business now. It's just exciting.
Computers are hard to come by. It's not only hard to come by, but the moment something breaks, people think, I'm gonna get rid of it.
Nerd Recycle, we take the equipment from either vendors or donations that we receive that is no longer in use. We take parts from those devices to fix other devices that we can then give back to the community through the Nerd Foundation.
We were giving out 100 computers every year. And post-COVID and throughout COVID, we've reached over 2,000 computers. Within the past 2 years, I would say, we've grown tremendously.
We see other big organizations that we would have never thought really care about our small little Nerded Now and say, no, we're going to be intentional at helping you close that digital divide.
We train students to come through the pre-apprenticeship, and through this pre-apprenticeship, you're getting your certifications to get the knowledge of what it's like to become a technician and work in that field of IT. Then we go on to the hands-on part. You will learn to fix an iPad, you will learn to fix a cell phone, RAM, the hard drive.
What I've basically been doing is breaking down the general basics of computing and networking. The foundation side just wants as many people to have access to technology and to know that technology that they're accessing.
Our end goal is for you to not become just technician, not just a manager, but a franchise owner of your own. We'll give you a franchise. You go into a new community, and then you continue this circle of life all over again.
When people recycle with us, they're also helping train people, and they're also helping fund that laptop or computer to go back out into the community.
Now, with computers being so essential with this new norm that we live in, everyone has a right to have access to a computer. So the bigger picture is just being able to provide devices to homes, communities of need.
We take the students, and you come into the store environment. Now you're seeing what it's like to work a retail store, potentially manage a retail store, or take the mobile ambulance and take that out into a community. So instead of people having to travel to us, that now you're very accessible to them.
It's great to see that the community here internally is coming together to really make this mission come to pass.
I think it's truly just about giving back in the best ways that we can. My version of giving back isn't necessarily giving away 500 laptops, but if I can teach someone how to work on a laptop, it's all about helping someone else be better than they were yesterday.
It's kind of like, this excites people here. This is something that everyone here is very interested in, but on top of that, we also want it to be accessible to our community.
You can make all the money in the world, but I'm much happier today, and I'm making a much larger impact than I could have ever done. So for that, I'm thankful.
Last but not least, we are here with the founder of Nerd It Now, Marquivas. And I say that with great passion because Marquivas is not just a guest, he's my brother from another mother. We come from the grit, we come from the mud, and we just motivate each other. We've been motivating each other before all the fame, right? So now he's a local tech company. He is the owner and the founder of a local tech company here in Wilmington that fixes computers, from computers to everything.
Right.
Mr.
Cell
Nerd
phones and
Cell
everything.
phones and all that. And the great part about it, he gives back to the community. That's what his company's is based on. So please welcome the owner, the founder, Mr. Marquivas of Nerd It Now.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Ivan. It's been such a pleasure to watch how DETV has grown from where it's been to where it's at today, and just giving back to the community. So again, it's a blessing to be
I
guest today.
need that. I already need that. Brother, thank you. Again, what is Nerd It Now? They heard it from me, but what is Nerd It Now?
So when people see Nerd It Now, they see Shark Tank. And I like to remind the people of the kid that grew up in the Riverside area. The kid that was donated a laptop at 12 years old and whose whole life's trajectory was changed. I went to Howard High School where I became a Microsoft Certified Systems Engineer. Went to college, lived in China for 5 years, came back and saw that my community was still in need. We needed to close that digital divide. So 7 years ago almost, I started my 2-bedroom apartment and said, each year we're going to donate 100 computers. But to make that sustainable, we're going to start a little IT company. So we purchase, repair, resell computer phones or tablets with the mission to close 3 divides. Digital, income, and wealth divide. With the digital divide, we donate 100 computers and train people. With the income divide, we train people how to get livable wages within the tech space, but our end goal isn't for you to become a technician or a manager. We want you to become, close the wealth divide, own your own store, your own ambulance, open up your own recycling operation, and do it again. That's Nerd It Now.
Wow. I had a chance to visit your website and research and see all the resources and the education and the tools that you offer. And I will be calling you. I will be calling you because I think it's important that you are not only offering this help, but you're going to these businesses. You're not just residential, but also commercial, if I'm correct.
Correct.
So you're providing all this help to so many different people, as well as making a difference in the community, which I love about your company. So tell our viewers a little bit more about how they could, more about like the mission of why you're doing what you're doing.
So again, the underlying goal is to make sure that we close the wealth divide by closing the digital divide. We go ahead and through the ambulance where we go to residential places. People said in the beginning, it was stupid. This will never work. But it was that same idea that got us to Shark Tank in the very beginning. That same idea that's blessed this business time after time after again. And we want to make sure that we're just making sure that no technology is going into the landfill. We recently became the first certified recycler in the state of Delaware for IT equipment. We take all this equipment, we repair it, we sell some of it, we donate a whole lot back into the community. 2015 and 2019, we donated 538 computers.
Wow.
2020, 5,000.
Wow.
2021, we're up to 6,000. We still going.
Now you're donating these computers, right, to schools?